Hey guys, it's Noah JC1 and I am bringing you guys a Pokemon Black and White Wi-Fi battle against a guy named diogolopes2009 on YouTube. So this is an OU battle, and he used a sandstorm team. I used my rain dance team. Sorry about the camera, how it's a little tilted. That's a little bit better. So, if you guys hear any, like, beeps in the background, it's probably TPX. So, here's the battle. This battle, I made some decent plays and some bad plays throughout the battle, so, yeah, this wasn't really my best match, but it was okay. So I lead with Donphan. He leads with his I Rape the Gliscor, and I knew it was going to have Poison Heal because all Gliscors have Poison Heal now. I go for the Ice Shard, and I find out it's max HP and defense, so it's not really going to do that much. It's going to be a 3-hit KO if anything. So I decide to switch out now into my Landorus, expecting him to go into his Heatran to take the next Ice Shard. So I switch out and go into my Landorus, and I switch out because I thought it would be air balloons, so that I could break it and then hit him with the Earth Power, but he decides to switch out again, fearing the Earthquake or the Earth Power or whatever. So I decide to set up a free Calm Mind. He sends in his Landorus, and it goes for the Stone Edge, so I'm guessing his is physical. And the Stone Edge does about half, maybe a little more than half. He takes Life Orb damage, and I get my Citrus Berry. I keep a Citrus on this to help me get up more Calm Minds. And I go for the Hidden Power Ice now, with one Calm Mind up, and it's times 4 effectiveness. That is a KO. So I was thinking I could probably pull off a sweep with my Landorus because he really has nothing to stop it. So I go for the Earth Power, but I guess it's Scarfed. I find out later it's Scarfed, and it hits me with the Ice Punch and it takes me out. So I lose my Landorus already in the beginning of the match, and now I go into Politoed, and Politoed sets up my rain for me, and I'm just gonna go for the safe Surf, but he switches out into, I think, his Ferrothorn. Yeah, he goes into his Ferrothorn, and it takes the Surf well because it's a Ferrothorn. And so now I decide, after he gets leftovers, I decide to get to go for the Focus Blast because it's super effective, and the Focus Blast does a decent chunk of damage, and it leaves him like a yellow, low yellow. I can't talk today. He goes for the Power Whip, and because Politoed is a freaking beast frog thing, it takes the Power Whip with 40 HP left. So he gets lefties again, and I was thinking he would want to save it for later, so he would switch out and go into Heatran, not Heatran, his what's it called? Gliscor? Yeah, that's his name. And he decides to stay in and just goes and sets up the Stealth Rocks. So I decide to switch out now, keeping my Politoed for later just in case I need to set the rain back up. So I go into my Hydreigon, and this was one of the dumb mistakes that I make throughout the game. I take Stealth Rocks, he sets up Leech Seed, and I goes for the Fire Blast. I knew it could take it out from this range even in the rain, but I forgot that he had Heatran, and it was too late to change it once I already clicked it. So he switches out and goes, of course, into his Heatran Raccoon. I think that's a Dragon Ball Z reference. And It has flash fire, of course, takes the fire blast with no problem, and it gets 0 HP from delete C because it has full HP. So now it's in low green. I decided to switch it out, fearing like a toxic or something, because I don't want my hydro gun to get toxic. And he does go for toxic. So now I know that it's a bulky set, which he told me throughout the battle. It is a bulky set, and I make another dumb mistake and went straight for the thunder, and he goes into Gliscor, predicting that. So at this point I was just like, I wasn't really together, and I was just like screwed up, and he easily starts destroying my team slowly and slowly. But I go into Feraligatr now. He goes for the Stone Edge, non-stabbed, and Feraligatr takes it like a freaking monster. And so I predicted a switch, fearing that I would go for like the Aqua Jet, Ice Punch, or something like that. So I just go straight for the Dragon Dance. And Feraligatr and Rain Dance is freaking amazing. It's a freaking monster. So now I got up one Dragon Dance, so I'm thinking maybe I can get my momentum back and start killing off some of his Pokemon. So I go for the superpower here, even though it has Iron Barbs. I just wanted to get this thing out of the way because it was being a hazard and getting on my nerves. So the superpower easily takes him out, and it does. So I take Iron Barbs now, and my Feraligatr has Lum. I'm probably going to change it to Leftovers. He goes into his Star Wars, which I now know is Scarfed at this point, and I predicted him to go for like a U-turn or an Iron Head or something of that nature, and he U-turned. So I predicted that, and I set up another Dragon Dance. And now I'm in Torrent, so even though he is max HP, max defense, I'm at +1 attack, +2 speed, and in the rain, plus stab, plus super effective, plus Torrent, it's like overkill. That's like a 600 power waterfall. If anybody wants to run a damage calc, they can. I just want to know how much damage that would do. And the Gliscor goes down. So now I was thinking that maybe with 2 Dragon Dances up I can outspeed and would be close. I wasn't sure, but nah, I lose the Speed War, and he goes and takes me off with an Iron Head. So I go into my Nimbus now, just to send it out as Death Fodder, because I know it's going to kill me off. So I just go for a Thunder Wave, not wanting to attack or anything like that. I use Thunder Wave to make it basically useless, so it's not fast anymore. So it basically is just locked into moves now. And he goes for the Iron Head, and it takes me out. So now I know his last 3 Pokemon are Jirachi, Heatran, and Tyranitar. So I go into Donphan, and I take Stealth Rocks damage, so I no longer have Sturdy. He decides to switch out. I don't know why he switched out, what made him want to switch out, but he goes into his Heatran, and I just go for the safe Earthquake, because all 3 of his Pokemon left are weak to the ground. And the Earthquake plus Stab plus super effective on a Heatran, that's 600 power. No, not 600. What is it? Honestly, I don't feel like calculating that. So, yeah, but I know it did enough to kill it. I go for an Earthquake on the Jirachi, maybe thinking it would take it because it's 300 power Earthquake, and it doesn't take it, and it dies. So he must have like no HP or defense investment in it. His last Pokemon is Tyranitar, which sets up the sand. Even if he did kill off my Donphan, I could have just went in Politoed, set up the rain, then went in Hydreigon and hit him with a plus rain, super effective Surf. And since the rain's up, he wouldn't have a defense boost. So yeah, either way I would have won this match. I hit him with Earthquake, maybe thinking he would survive because Tyranitar is freaking monstrous. And no, it doesn't survive. So max attack Donphan for the win with his sidekick Dragon Dancing for Alligators. So yeah, rate, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.